Hello and welcome to another video on my scuffed as fuck setup. But whatever. Wow, that was great. Today I'm going to cover why the Model D sucks again, but in greater detail, and also going to be covering some other things which I just hate about the mouse, which are not Minecraft related or like normal clicking or and such. It's in general about the mouse. So first thing, right, let's get on to who like thinks that the mouse is just really bad at. So first of all, people say that a lot of things about this mouse, but one of the things is that these kits are like a godsend. These are like the cure to cancer and every disease in the world, but they really just aren't. They're not good. Like people say like, oh, these are like core pads, these are like hyperglides. These are not hyperglides. These are not core pads. You know what is like hyperglides? Fucking hyperglides. Which are installed on this mouse. They're like $10 for a pack of 2. Like it's, in my opinion, it's like really. Another thing is that like I don't believe this mouse is like what says 60-70 grams. Like I know I do have core pads installed on this and I don't on this one, but like I just cannot believe that like that's such a big difference. Look how well it's gliding on the mouse pad, right? And look at how badly this actually does not look that bad, but like this mouse is supposed to be 60 grams, like 60-70 grams, and it's getting worse than my G502. Another thing people say that also is about the gliding is that this cable is like a paracord. This cable is not like a paracord. First of all, it's thin as fuck. Like look at this. This is not what a cable should be. I feel like this can like break really easily. And also it's just like it moves with the mouse. It's not like it stays there. I mean, forgive me, I'm using a cup as a mouse bungee because I currently do not own a mouse bungee, so maybe that's the problem. But this, like, you can look at the cable and look at this. I feel like this cable, even though like this is not a paracord, it's not trying to like prove it is or anything. It's just normal braided cable. Like this is better than this, and you know, in my opinion, like if you have a wireless or wired mouse, like the wire doesn't like matter that much. Like, well, is your aim going to be really that like affected that much by just only a cable? Like hello. Okay, now another thing that people say is good about the mouse is the shape. Now I covered this in my last video, but let me get a bit more in depth into what I mean about the shape. So as you can see, this is like a fair bit like taller than the Zyph. I know the perspective on this camera is fucked, but trust me, it's a lot taller than the G502, right? Like you can feel it in your grip. Now I have like I'd say medium hands, or like 18.5 by 9.5. So I mean it's like not horrible, but I just feel like I can't get a good grip on it. I know it's just if it's just the shape or the holes on the mouse or just the coating. The coating fucking sucks. This is supposed to be a matte mouse, but it's very obviously like glossy. Like look at how much my light like glosses on this. Anyway, so as I was saying, so yeah, I just cannot get a good grip on this. Like I feel like my hand is just going to like fall off. While on this I have a really tight grip. Like my mouse is not going to fall off my hand. On this I just can't control it that well, and also I can't like even on games such as I don't know Valorant or CS:GO or anything. I feel like I can just make better movements with this because this just feels like less of a brick. And even though people say that G502 is a brick, it's really not a brick. Like it's relatively heavy, but it's like 60 grams difference. Are you really going to feel 60 grams in your aim? I personally don't. But what is important is mouse shape, and this mouse just has just feels more minimal than this. This just feels everything which I like didn't mention that much. I mean I did mention, but I didn't mention how much I absolutely despise it is the holes. Like, I don't know which genius came up with this, with holes on their mouse. So, but like, unless you fingertip grip the mouse, which I don't know many people who fingertip on like medium ergos. That's just not the, like who does that. So let me explain why I really hate these holes. It's because they just feel horrible on your skin, man. Like, my skin has permanent damage from these holes, and I'm not even lying. Like, even from holding it for 2 minutes, like my hand already hurts. But I can use this. I've used this mouse for literally like 14 hours just on that, like no breaks whatsoever, and it's golden, man. Like, it feels fine. This, I can't use it for over like 30 minutes. It genuinely hurts my hand. And there's like, listen, I like the holes on the bottom. I don't care about them that much because obviously I'm not feeling them. It's just like extra like weight. Like extra weight reduction, but the holes on the top, like, why, Glorious? You've said like 5 grams of the mouse, maybe 10 at most, but like I definitely trade off 10 grams for an actually good shape, or like an actually good like in-hand feel. And I know there's like the new Glorious mice, like the Model O Pro and the whatever else, the Model Series 1 Pro, whatever that mouse is, and I know that technically, like, yeah, sure, I could buy something like that, and it could be fine, but those are $150. I do not have the budget for that. And also, I bought this mouse in 2020. But meanwhile, the other mice didn't come out until 2022. So my point still stands, because you can buy way better mice for 50 euros, for $50 or whatever you're paying for this. Anyway, I got a bit off topic. Let me. So that's why the holes. Another thing which I forgot to mention is the scroll wheel. Now, I don't hate it. Like, it doesn't. It's not that loud, and it's kinda. It's like, it's okay. It's not horrible. Like the feel of the thing of the body, like the feel of the scroll wheel is like okay, but it's way worse than this, because sure, this may be loud, but like this just feels like more reassuring, like you know on which step you are. This just feels kind of dull, like the steps like don't have that big of a definition. Like, I can very easily just like scroll more than I need to, and also you can bump the scroll wheel really easily. Like, even if I'm not like butterfly clicking, but where it's like you're obviously going to bump it, like the mouse button is really small, and like you can really easily bump the scroll wheel, because I don't know, again, you can like move it really easily. Sometimes you just knock it by like doing a weird movement with your hand. It really does get bumped really easily. That's a big problem I have with this mouse. Like, and I know I'm nitpicking about a lot of features on this mouse, but like you can get a way better mouse for $50, euros, whatever you have, right? Like this is just bottom tier, not bottom tier. I mean, it's an okay mouse, but you can get way better stuff for this. Than this, I mean. Another problem I have with this mouse is, well, I covered in the last video as well, but like the problem with this mouse is just the durability of this. I've already said how it like clicks and stuff. Like you can feel that the click came off on this mouse too, and it came off after like, I don't know, 3 months of use. Like the click just came off, and it was like jammed. I had to like perform surgery on this mouse, genuinely. Another thing people like have all the time, like everyone that has used the Model D or anything like that has experienced, is the switch double clicking. Now, I don't know why they double click this. This mouse uses Omron 20Ms, which is the same sensor that is used in pretty much every other gaming mouse, like Cooler Master mice, like every Logitech mouse in existence ever that was made after like 2019 uses Omron 20Ms. And even Logitech mice before 2019 like this, or made in 2019 like this, use Omron 15s, which is just the longer lasting version of the other one, which they actually do have double clicking issues. Like, that's a wide known thing. But this, like, there's no other mouse with double clicks that has like that has double clicking issues with Omron 20Ms. I don't know what they have like pulled off to make these switches so dysfunctional, but I did something. After like 4-5 months of use, it started double clicking on its own. Like, why? Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. And sure, people might tell you, oh, that's a really good thing, because then you can like click 40, 50, 60 CPS on this mouse with like the cringe like drag clicking and butterfly and whatever else you do. But that should not be a thing. Like that, I mean, no, I'm not saying I don't have a problem with all of those methods, but like the only reason you can pull them off is because the mouse is broken. Like, whatever your opinion might be on these methods, like the mouse is broken. That is not an intended feature. And I know like on newer batches they use Kale 8.0s, but they have an even bigger problem, because sometimes when you're just like slamming the mouse, they can click. The switches can click on their own. Why? How do you fuck up a switch that hard? Just copy the formula every other like mouse brand uses. And even the Booga mouse doesn't double click, man. So now you may be asking, like, what's a better mouse than the Model O? Well, pretty much every fucking other mouse in existence. But if you want me to give you like a good like good mouse recommendation, then I have a couple of mice I could recommend to you. Okay, so first recommendation is literally any Logitech mouse that's like any Logitech mouse you want that's under $50. There's so many. There's a G402, the G502, the G305, the 102. Like personally, like for example, the G305, it's a wireless mouse that weighs you can make it weigh like 78 grams, which is only like a couple grams more than like 10 grams more than this, which really is not noticeable. And it's as I said, it's wireless, doesn't have double clicking issues, but you can like make it double click, so you can get your gamer butterfly clicking in, right? Like the mouse shape is just really nice. It's an ambidextrous mouse, which I appreciate, which is also like not giant like the Model D. Doesn't have holes. It has like the only thing it lacks that the Model D has is RGB, but even this RGB is really shitty RGB, and like the RGB actually like goes through the holes, so like you get blinded by the RGB, like that is bullshit. Hello. Okay, another recommendation I have is like any Razer mouse under $50. Again, you have a lot of variety. You have the Viper Mini, which is like the best budget mouse ever, according to most. Well, the second best. There's a G102, which is better. Anyway, yeah, there's the Viper Mini, and then there's the Orochi V2. Great shape, really good shape. It's really good. Okay. There's the Basilisk. The Basilisk sometimes like there's so many different like Basilisk models. I don't know which one is under 50, but I know there is a Basilisk model under 50. There's the Razer Death Adder. Again, the Death Adder V2, for example, which is also under $50, I think now. You just have so much variety. Even like non-gaming mouse brands like Asus, for example, make like incredible mice, even though the mouse does have holes, which is a giant like, downgrade. But if you don't mind the holes, they have made a 47-gram gaming mouse that's like exactly $50, which is insane. And it's also water resistant, which this isn't. So overall, you have like a lot of options. You should reconsider, as I said in the previous video, you should reconsider your options if you're planning to buy Model D, because it really does suck. And I know you, the viewer, are probably not going to listen to this review, because that's what I did. Okay, I saw Boards' review. That's what I saw on the Model O, and he was like, "Oh, this mouse is horrible. This mouse sucks. This is just said. You should buy another mouse." But there were so many other like good reviews that I never like considered that review could be like. I thought he was probably just